Hi, welcome to the Curiosity Podcast. I'm Gary J, your host, and today I'm asking the question, is the ancient ram really haunted?
The desire to know and learn something.
You're listening to Gary J's Curiosity.
Well, for UK ghost hunters, the ancient ram is said to be the holy grail of haunted places to visit. But for our overseas visitors who have never heard of the building, then here is a bit of a lowdown for you. Now, the ancient ram is in Gloucestershire, which is said to have been built in 1145 and was originally owned by the local church of St Mary's, which is only a stone's throw away from the property. But since then, it has been everything from a private house to a bed and breakfast. But it's even been on ghost hunting TV shows like Most Haunted and Ghost Adventures, not to mention hordes of ghost hunters have visited from all over the world, and it is claimed to be the most haunted property in the UK and possibly even the world. But is it?
You're listening to the Curiosity
Podcast.
Well, I have to say on my visit, there was nothing to write home about. Yes, the place was cold, but you'd expect that from an old building with stone floors and more holes in the walls than a polo mint. But for a place that boasts such claims, then I would think my visit would have been full of loud bangs, screams, and maybe even getting my bumhole fingered now and again off the succubus.
Ow, not so rough.
Who was supposed to have sexually assaulted the previous owner on a number of occasions, not to mention other ghost hunters. But no, nothing. Now, I know I'm no oil painting, but I'm sure these creatures are not that picky, and to be fair, I wouldn't have minded a bit of action that night. Now, I had all my best aftershave on, all the best smelling stuff. I was wearing my sexiest camouflage boxer shorts, and despite being ill as hell, I thought I looked pretty damn sexy for an old fat bald-headed 50-year-old. So there I was, all ready to put my best sex moves on in the bedroom. And there I lay on the bed, looking like a melted Milky Bar. But nothing. I couldn't tempt her out. There was nothing.
You're listening to Gary J's Curiosity.
Now, every time I see groups on YouTube that film their visits to the ancient ram inn, I have to watch with my mouth open as they claim they're being physically attacked, sexually assaulted, and basically claim that there's loads of entities in the building, and then you see them jumping every way possible as the property settles in its foundations, or the furniture creaks because of its age. Now, I often look on thinking, now I know I'm not normal, but some of these fuckers are way beyond any help because of the way they react. I mean, I would honestly question myself going into a building with some of the people that I actually watch on YouTube just by the way they react to things and the claims that they actually come up with. Because to me, some of it just isn't normal.
You're listening to Gary J's Curiosity.
Now, surely if the ancient ram inn is as haunted as the owner claims, then shouldn't I have witnessed something? I mean, here we have a building whose reputation is worldwide. I turn up with a no bullshit attitude, no fake gadgets, and on this occasion with two other like-minded ghost hunters, Dale and Justin from Paranormal Truth, and not one of us captures anything. Now, if it was just me, I would say, okay, maybe I'm missing something. But neither of us captured anything. Nothing at all. Now, you've got three people in a building in different investigations on the same night, and we all stood there twiddling our thumbs despite trying everything we could think of. Now, I don't claim to be the most accomplished ghost hunter, and would even go as far to say as I'm not really a ghost hunter, I'm more of a filmmaker. But Justin and Dale, on the other hand, take all this stuff very seriously, and are actually good at what they do. And yet, the UK's most haunted building produced nothing for any of us. Really? That's like somebody saying to you, right guys, you're going to be going into a boxing ring with Tyson Fury to challenge him to a big fight. But it's okay, nothing's going to happen. Of course something's going to happen, because he's real. You're in a boxing ring with the world champion. But the main thing is that he's real, he's in front of you. So, shouldn't it be the same in the ancient ram inn? Now, imagine, the ram is your ring, You walk in and the succubus is the world champion. Coming to you live from the ancient Ramin in Gloucestershire for 12 rounds of unadulterated sex. The challenger, Gary J, versus the world champion, the one and only, that creepy bitch, the succubus. And instead of knocking you out like Tyson would, it should be screwing the shit out of you.
Who's your daddy?
But nothing, it's a no-show. The fight's off because the succubus shit herself and decided to give the whole thing a miss because the challenger, Gary J, turned up.
Get off! You're listening to The Curiosity
Podcast.
Now, I can't believe that any of the stories related to this place are actually real until I actually experience something for myself. And by experience it, I mean physically or sexually assaulted like the claims actually say happens. And not all the creaks and bangs and the use of spirit boxes and other technology that others claim is evidence of a haunting. Yes, the building is a great old piece of history with its crooked stairs, old doors and dark beams, but on my visit I experienced nothing that I would say was paranormal. Hell, we even performed a Ouija board and there was zilch, bog all, nout, nothing happened. So where does that leave us? Well, I had so many hopes for this building because of its reputation and because of its age, but I was left disappointed with the whole experience. Is it haunted? Well, on my visit I would have to say no, not at all. But would I go back again? Yeah, of course I would, just to see if I was wrong the first time round, and because it was a beautiful part of the country. But, like I always say, just because I haven't experienced anything, it doesn't mean that you won't, and it doesn't mean that it's not haunted at all. So, thanks for listening to Curiosity, and remember there's a new podcast every Thursday, and you can also listen on SoundCloud and iTunes. Plus, you can also watch Curiosity the series on Amazon Prime. And don't forget, you can visit my website at curiosityuk.net. And as always, remember, do something that scares you.
The desire to know and learn something.
You're listening to Gary J's Curiosity.